3, 2, 1. Danganronpa.
Konnichiwa, my gamers, Jeremiah, and boy here, and welcome back to Danganronpa 2 Goodbye to Spell. Today we're gonna deal with the 5th class trial, and oh my god, I'm going to hate this episode. It's 5 in the morning, and there's only 6 of us left.
Damn right.
Looks like everyone's here. Huh? Is this it? Shouldn't there be more people?
Damn it.
Stop it, you're making me depressed.
Stupid fool.
You're making me depressed. So it's going to happen again. The girl cousin. Well, we must stop our friends. But once we do with this, we can't go back, right?
That's right.
That Marco Professor said so, didn't he? He said this in the last class trial.
Damn it.
But we've been tricked every step on the way. There's no way I can believe that so easily.
Of course not.
Why can't you believe it? That guy who makes us to all. This is the one who said it, you know?
You know, right?
But that's why I'll definitely survive. If we can really go home after we deal with the class trial,
That's right.
I'll tell you find out who the killer is, no matter what, even if I have to pull out all the stops. You okay? What the fuck? Why are you here? You haven't realized it yet? The feeling that I want to leave this island, thinking that was like the smoker's trap, you know?
Huh?
Huh? What are you singing?
Got it?
There's no way Marco will end things here. He's playing something for us. Stop trying to jinx us.
I'll pick you up.
Damn right, stupid rabbit. Just shut up. Everyone, you must have run away from this spell. Huh? I finally realized after losing my powers, I realized that causing your powers is all your fake approach is nothing. The puzzle may be small, but as long as there's a possibility, you must face it. In order to become someone who can be proud of yourself. So I will fight!
Huh?
What's the deal? I don't really know, but she seems different from before. Maybe she have self-help book.
Wait.
But eyes, she looks so determined.
You.
What can you tell just looking at those button eyes? Anyways, make sure you turn off memory. I'll be annoyed if he starts talking during the trial. Aww, fine.
But still.
Somehow, I understand what Mama is saying, I think. Anyways, let's go. Let's get going to the glass test trial.
Yep.
You're right. We need to find as much as we can. No matter what whose truth or waits us to the end. Are we going in? Open your mouth. Okay, what's the theme we're going to say? This is the end. I kept saying this words to myself over and over with my mind. Until Marco's walk. It opens, it closes, and it takes a huge shit. Hey, that looks like a 6 ball. That looks like a bowling pin. The freak. The elevator ride. This is the last time this for this too, right? I hope so.
Well,
Best way about thing is after we finish.
you are right.
More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us. Yeah, I know, right? Can I be next to Can't Haji be next to Chikaki? More fun? The killer managed to kill someone like Nagato. There's no way this is going to get smoothly. I mean, I can't still believe one of us was able to do that. Nagato was probably in so many ways, but he was only able to assist in the trial. Yeah, you're right. In fact, during the final order, we will complete depending on him. But even if he's gone, the ones who survive need to start the fight. We must fight. We arrive, and then the door slowly opened. That bright light greeting us. Is that the light of hope? Or the light of despair? How do we know? Oh, look at all this place.
Well now.
Now that the college box Nato is gone, there's only 6 of you left!
Shut the hell up!
Hold up, just fucking start already!
Hey!
Hey, this is it, right? This is really the last class trial, right?
Yep.
Yep, it sure is! So you're gonna go straight to it and make sure you give it all!
Alright!
Didn't I tell you he said it? This is the end?
Now then.
Let's get the trial started!
Viva killing!
thing!
This is the last class trial. Let's show some effort and kill each other. Don't play Among Us. This is the 5th class trial. According to Aku, this is also the last class trial. The sun is about to rise. That's completely the ultimate lucky student. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. But then my son got crazy. But his true nature held such determined thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He said he was yearning for the powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would ever help despair just to prove that hope will never lose to despair. And he said he'd become a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking was completely screwed up, but there were also times he saved us too. Someone like him, he was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it, but there was no way you can think of the end knowing. We were fixing by the spell. Oh my god. That's why I was have to find out. The person who finished off Nagato, the killer who murdered Nagato. He wants to return from the spell alive, we need to reach the truth. And if one who says this is really the last class trial, that's all the more reason to do this. And so, the life-giving triangle of hope and despair, the last one, has begun. Oh my god, no! Class trial? Alright.
Now then!
Shut up! You're sorry, Monami.
Oh my! Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you? You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit? Yes, though!
She's not quiet. Wow! She's turning the pain!
One more time! Jeez! How about this one?
What's that? No!
This will be my final blow!
Really? Going all JoJo? She's still going.
It's useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
Will
You're
do!
right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all.
Wow.
The victim this time is Nagito, who is attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
I do too! What
If
killed my
he was
son?
killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid! There's no way in hell I'm the traitor!
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagato? Is he alright? Up to the same person? Or... Jeez. Okay, I need to check Chotaru. No. I don't know which one. I'm gonna see what everyone says first. I'm gonna see.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up! I'm telling you, they were torturing him!
No.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito!
Oh my god, please stop.
So
Nope.
that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko!
No.
I found it by coincidence.
By coincidence?
There's no way I'd torture someone.
That'd be crazy if he was the killer though. I don't want to be the killer.
Nagito!
You sure, dude? Yep.
No, that's wrong.
Duct tape. I picked duct tape. Because he couldn't talk.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything.
Nope.
If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared!
Oh my god, already? Dude! Why just now?
I just realized it! It's a trap!
Is it really?
Stupid Hajime! You got caught in that trap!
Stupid! Dude, I think you got him. I like you and all, but not this part of you. It has to be a spear of Gundam.
You said Nagito's mouth was taped. You obviously assumed we couldn't, but that was the trap.
You think?
He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
You sure?
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Oh
Pay
wait, I'm
attention. This is first. The killer tortured Nagi and got information about the bombs. Then, after they killed him,
that was one. Knew it.
killed him.
With duct tape.
Allow me to
Yep.
get through those words.
Okay, it was obviously duct tape. It should have been duct tape in the first place.
No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
What did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors. We don't need to play a game. It's
Nope.
clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Yep.
Why do you always side with Hajime? You have a crush on him or something?
You think I do? Of course I do. And plus, I fucked him last night. You did? I actually scored something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The
Yeah.
blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
Nope.
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds, which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However,
Yeah.
if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Yep.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
Maybe
No,
they
they
did.
didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
You can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Which means, it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
How could I get the door in?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. Such an amazingly high intellect.
Yes, she does.
Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is!
This is for the fun, huh? Why? We need to clip it out first. What could it be though? I didn't figure that out. Okay, no. It has to be the burned rope. That's a baby! We have to find it out.
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
Yes, that's all.
Killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Is that it?
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
Maybe.
Probably just threw the lighter.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
Chikaki, say something please.
Maybe they used invisible thread.
Invisible thread?
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Sound
Or
waves?
perhaps opening the door caused intense wind pressure to tip over the lighter.
Maybe. I don't know, dude. Yeah, okay.
I agree with that.
Yeah, the monocle panels. I was thinking hard on this one, guys. Honestly, I was.
I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Just as I thought. It was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan.
That's my talking.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels. A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line.
Oh my gosh,
Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
Oh.
You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
In
Yep.
place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels.
Yep. Yeah, like
So
that.
when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second. And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
I see some light
And
though.
one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
Yeah, the kid did willing to hide the domino effect doesn't necessarily need to visual. What could it be?
I see!
It was MPP player. It was close after all.
The MP3 player, right?
Yeah.
That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
The sound of the warehouse felt even dark because the eyes was used to bright sunlight outside. Well, darkness, a loud humble bell through the hall of full volume. Hey, did you guys hear something? Yeah, it's really damn loud. Does Naruto like listening to this pairing crap? No, I'm not talking about the music. And as it was cool, it suddenly happened.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
It's all because of Akane. It's fine, I'll play slowly. No, that's not possible. Seriously, it'll be fine. Those were Akane brushed off the eye was one and slowly opened the door in the warehouse. Huh? It's not opening. Is there something blocking out the door? I can barely open it. I knew it. It's a trap. Seriously, just stop it, okay? Did I tell you it'll be fine? I just gotta use my little more voice. What happened is opening the story. Akane ignored the protest and with the meek mighty kick, the door flew open.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
Is that door was the only entrance to the warehouse? It's I see, so the whole Chuck is talking about is they could have left, they couldn't take any much, though I think they couldn't left.
See!
Yep, got it!
If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
Huh?
You don't mean...
But if that's true, this mother,
Hajime? What do you mean?
the person who set the domino effect inside the warehouse, the only person who could have done that? Oh, picking just now? I think I know who. Nabito. It has to be him. Honestly, it has to be him.
This is my answer!
Yeah, it has to be him. You know why? Because he would have done something like this.
What if it was Nagito?
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
Yeah.
Just the victim. Maybe.
Look how she talks. I like how Chuck is.
Not just the victim. does that mean?
He was the victim, and he was the perpetrator too. Maybe.
As in, he wants to kill himself.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid.
He killed himself.
His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember? Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss?
How do you do that?
That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
I think it is possible, dude. Like he said, it seems impossible to think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something. I think you need to look deeper into his ass. I need to look at those. Maybe it's the torture. No. Maybe it's just the burning ropes. I don't know.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
I think it is possible that I said earlier.
Just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Maybe it's a dirty joke.
Thanks.
Run.
No, that's
Okay.
wrong.
It was the bone ropes. Yeah, it's the bone ropes. Yeah, I said.
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms.
But look.
The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
The put us bundle now is a trap. On his right hand. Right sleeve.
Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
That's definitely wrong.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. And even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know.
Yeah.
It's possible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand.
That much is obvious.
Hajime, you tricked me! Give me back that Benjamin!
I don't have it. Not only did she try to charge me, now she wants the money back? What the fuck?
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest!
It was like still in the right hand using only your right hand. Okay, there'll be an answer to this. Oh my god. Are they pressing Hajime? They better not. I hope they don't. Blood on Glinda. That looks different compared to other ones. I think I should pick the blood. I think blood.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air,
That's
and
impossible.
let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
No.
Is he a throwing knife expert?
I never stepped out of it either.
Maybe he propped the knife somehow
Ooh.
and slammed his right hand down on it?
Maybe.
Propped it onto what?
If he just propped the knife, He could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
What can we say?
Maybe he propped the...
It was the Monokuma plushies! I should have thought about that.
The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
It makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach.
Honest, period.
He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it. If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
Yep.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
I would love if he did.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his
Huey.
hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem.
What?
The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right? If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then, he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Say it one more time. I need to record it. For reasons.
For what reasons? Fuck off, Soda. Do it later.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear. It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stabbed into your right hand while your left hand is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else. Also agree with that.
You sure?
To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right?
That's Telltale's words.
Keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Monome's sassing me!
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. So this might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Of course, that doesn't
Among Us,
include
yeah.
Sonia and me.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
Huh?
I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how we made it this far up till now. Everyone working together.
She's right. We made her do so hours turn out by doing that. Then, even now,
Alright, let's do this.
how will you think this, huh? I want to know the thing where could be easy. Maybe it's just a torture wound. I think it's a torture wound this time. It can't be the left hand. Well, maybe there's 50% chance.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Yeah?
Then that rules out his left hand. If that's the case, the only other way is...
He used his teeth? Maybe he used his front tail.
What are those last
Rhino
one?
guys have tails that get hard when they're grabbed.
What are you saying?
A blushing Miss Sonia is freaking awesome!
Yeah, but you're a freak.
It was awesome. Then that rules out his...
Okay, there you go.
No, that's wrong!
Okay, we got it.
Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
Yeah.
That settles the description of that bloodstain, but it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain. What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit.
Imagination.
And the back of his hand. What was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
Oh, that left hand was doing the blood splatter? Wait, left hand? Hold on. It must be gripping. Yep, gripping.
When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Was he grabbing his front tail?
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear!
Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
That's sad.
If he held the spear with his tied-up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
That's right. That's the problem.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think? Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle, just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Oh, just say it.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear, I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
Let's really hold on to. It was the cord, right?
I see.
Yep, cord. I can't say tell. There's no way.
That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding onto the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh? And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
No.
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
I thought I was going to coin something from the the ass of the spear with the left hand. But from there, how would he stab himself in the stomach with the spear?
It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
At a
Yes!
time like this,
Yes, please!
how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
That's a long plan name.
One step at a time. What does that mean?
Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
How it was positioned.
I also heard the spear stabbed into his stomach. So if it was just before that, that's it. Could it be? Spear is by another probably, and he was holding the cross chessman. I put those facts together and found the well, think about it. I should be able to figure it out. But the spear was saved for the stab Nagito. If this is human gabbling, good. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that shit. Question 1. Where was the spear just before? Where was the spear just before the impaled Nagito? Well, it was above. It was above. I was right. Thank you very much. Oh, what are those? What are those? This one, different one. Oh, if those touch me, I could have been dead. Question 2. Where's the spear? What else was above Nagito? Wasn't it the spear or... I'm gonna say the red one, Okay, I was right. Oh my god. When Iron Cousins brought the spear on the ceiling grinder. Was it left or right? Left or right? I think it was yellow. I'm missing it. It has to be yellow. No, it was the red one! Okay, don't be mad at me if I picked the wrong one sometimes. It's not my fault, we got everything.
It's all coming together.
Oh, it's all good. Nothing bad of us.
The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
That'd be awesome, but he probably used the ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support. He hoisted the spear directly above him.
Yeah, look at him.
And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
Notice the slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
That's disturbing to look at. Oh.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like that?
Yeah.
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I doubt anyone here
When I
done
was
it.
investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then, this is for real? He really committed suicide?
Yeah. What can we say?
Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear? That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Did he need to go that far?
Oh no. I don't like
Beyond
this.
crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
I don't know. He stabbed
He was
himself.
probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed.
That's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
Oh my god, that's painful.
It's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
Jeez, and I was starting to feel a little simple towards him. How stupid of me. I can listen to his killing for picking. And mind-bloggery mother that dances after he's died. That is the phone his message. Look, I've forgotten all about it until now. if he was here now, he'd probably be sitting at me.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right? Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other and tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
Maybe.
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion. Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so he'd be executed.
Dang!
Should be okay, right?
No.
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense. It's probably just my imagination.
Why? I mean, I still understand what she's talking about. I don't think it's a mistake that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? It's because we don't know who the traitor is, or...
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
Yes, do it,
What
please.
do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You are right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh? That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay
Please.
to reach such a happy ending, right?
Yes!
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer? Understood. Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
Oh, come on!
Hold
I want to understand too. I want to stand now!
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but...
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is.
Huh?
No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Something related to Nagito's death, and it's something that even he couldn't have messed with.
You're gonna keep going? Here I thought we were finally finished.
Me too. Something related to Nagito's death, a piece of evidence that I even couldn't mess with. Nope, what could it be?
I see!
Monokuma file? How?
Is it about the Monokuma file?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
How could have? Then here's close 6 foot. This is not a commodity. This boss go inside the wells near the Monokuma plushie factory. Never time of death will be noon sharp. Not only the spear stabbed the stomach, there were multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there was a of his left arm and the knife propelled through his right hand. The Spanish problem long file that Chucky is worried about is... What is it? What's hidden in the Monokuma file? Could it be... If it's something that creates the one in the Monokuma file this time? Oh my god, not the gambling! I hate the gamble! Cause of death.
Got it!
How is that even a thing? Wait, if it's cause of death then how could it be?
In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
No, it isn't, that's what they're right. Not just the stabs in the stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of the thighs. Furthermore, there was a blessing of the left arm and knife propelled through the right hand.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not?
Yep.
The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was the cause of death.
Yep.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Well, Monokuma, I plead the fifth!
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Mikan's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place!
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
Are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe.
You're right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh? Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
This is friggin' annoying. But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma! You heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait!
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we
Aww.
work together, everything should be alright. That's what I believe.
Oh,
That's what I did too.
splendid. You guys are so splendid right now. That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
If all your hopes are untethered, no despair can shake you, huh? Now that I think about it, Naruto said the same thing. That can overcome despair. He said he was yearning for it. Then the situation will end might be the thing that I just wanted all along. No, never mind. I'm probably overthinking. You just guys laugh. Stop it. Suspense? Now? Usually in the second episode, usually just after a while.
No!
I'll vibe this later. Alright guys, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Now if you enjoyed this video, if you're new to this channel, subscribe today for any content like great deal. Also, if you have questions, leave comments below. Of course you enjoy. I of course see you in the next one. Bye!